Hi, it's me, Dom. I am here with a daily poem. This week has been kind of busy as far as like unexpected things. Just kind of got busy with auditions and work and classes and just stuff like that. But I'm here with my snack of today. It's gonna be Celsius Fuji apple pear and a chocolate muffin from Costco. So this is what is fueling me for the day. I'm going to start reading poems from this book called Razzle Dazzle. It has selected poems from 2002 to 2022, and I think I'm just going to open like a random page and kind of go from there. So let's get started. Awesome. I opened it up to page 63. The title is Pest. So let's see where that's from. 63. So it's from Leaving Saturn that came out in 2002, and the title is Pest. I heard the terrible laughter of termites deep inside a spray-painted wall on Char's wood. My first thought was that of Swiss cheese, hardly not on a counter at an American diner. My second thought was that of the senator from Delaware on the Senate floor. I was on my way to a life of bagging tiny mountains, selling poetry on the corners of North Philly, a burden to mothers and Christians. Hearing it, too, the cop behind me shoved me aside for he was an entomologist. In a former lifetime, and knew that many song structures of cicadas, bush crickets, and fruit flies. He knew the complex courtship of bark beetles, how the male evacuates an nuptial chamber and buries himself, his back end sticking out till the female sings a lyrical of such intensity he squirms like a Quaker and gives himself over to the quiet history of trees and ontology. All this he said while patting me down, slapping first my ribs, then sliding his palms down the sad, dark shell of my body. How lucky was I, spread-eagled at 13, discovering the ruinous cry of insects at the night air, as the night air flashed reds and blues, as a lone voice chirped and cracked over a radio, the city crumbling. We stood a second longer, sharing in deafening hum of termites, back from their play and rest, till he swung suddenly my right arm, then my left. So I feel like this poem really just talks about an old memory, and they're kind of comparing, you know, something like termites into Hearing it too, the cop behind me shoved me aside, for he was an entomologist. In a former lifetime, and knew the many song structures of cicadas, bush crickets, and fruit flies. He knew the complex courtship of bark beetles, how the male evacuates a nuptial chamber and buries himself, his back end sticking out till a female sings a lyrical intensity. He squirms like a Quaker and gives himself over to the quiet history of trees and ontology. All this while he said, while patting me down, slapping first my ribs, then sliding his palms along the sad dark shell of my body. I feel like I don't really know how to take this poem. I'm reading it and I am picking up words of negativity, like as soon as I see intensity, he squirms, and terrible laughter, and spray painted, not that that's negative, but like ruinous cry, flash reds and blues. Like I keep seeing these words that jump out to me, but I'm not sure how they kind of come together. I definitely want to look into this poem and this author, because it's Leaving Saturn. I feel like it kind of reminds me of like Kafka, you know, the Metamorphosis, and how he sees his perspective from an insect. I don't know if that's exactly what they're doing here, but it seems sort of like it. But either way, yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting one. I definitely feel like I'm gonna think about it the rest of the day. Like I said, I think this is just a series of certain poems. I don't know if there's a certain genre or type or why these were chosen specifically, but there is quite a few. And every day, like I said, I am going to kind of go about that. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm definitely gonna, I don't know, I feel like this, usually I can kind of decipher things and break them down, at least right away, but I feel like this one I might have to read a couple times and really kind of look it up online if there is anything and look into it. But I do have to go for the day. I have a busy schedule, and yeah, I hope y'all have a good Friday and enjoy your weekend and have fun and just kind of enjoy the weather. I feel like it's finally like fall and winter, and it should be fun.
Wanna go eat?